My major research area is cancer epidemiology. I predominantly look at nutrition and lifestyle factors, how they relate to cancer. Well, my role is somewhat informal. I give lots of lectures and talk with students and postdocs and faculty, and we do a lot of research projects together. So yeah, we have lots of involvement, and it's actually hard to enumerate all of them. Oh, that's a long story, but I'll keep it short. I started off as a pathologist. I went to medical school and did pathology. In pathology, you see things at the very end stage, sometimes autopsies, the real extreme, or biopsies for cancer. And it was depressing to me to be always diagnosing cancer when it's often already too late. So I got interested in what causes cancer, and that's primarily how I got interested in cancer epidemiology. Well, it was somewhat by chance. I actually came here to do a master's, 1 year master's after I did my pathology residency, and I really didn't have long-term plans. And actually, that was about 30 years ago, so I've stayed here. So I just really love the environment and the work so much that it's been a lifelong uh, thing for me. I think it's a great atmosphere. There there are lots of courses, and there are lots of different angles, perspectives to cancer epidemiology. And actually, there are many more courses than when I was a student here. So in that ways, I'm kind of glad. It was a bit easier back then. But you can go a lot of different directions. There's lots of great faculty, and people have lots of different interests. Some people are interested primarily in genetics, some in looking at tissue markers, looking at lifestyle factors, smoking, diet. So there's a lot of different ways you can approach cancer epidemiology. And I think students, almost always find something that they can attach to and continue working with, finding the right person to work with. Oh, they're endless. We have so many different types of data and projects. We have one of the big advantages of our studies is we have really long-term studies. We've been following people for, some for almost 40 years. And we have data on basic diet, lifestyle, blood markers, genetic markers. If they get a disease, we get their tissue. And there are just so many different things that we can do. It's almost endless. And microbiome, just a new thing that we're just starting to get into. So the opportunities are almost infinite. It's That's a great question. The reason I went into public health is because there's a close link with real life, what people actually do. While I'm interested in lab research, to me, some of it seemed very remote. It's very important to do studies in mice, but School of Public Health, we get the kind of the best of both. We get into very interesting mechanistic studies, trying to understand how the disease develops and progresses. But at the same time, we have a very practical perspective, looking primarily at what people or populations can do to change their lifestyle or have screening or whatever. But it has a very immediate impact. So our research is really focused on the near future. My favorite memory. Well, there's so many. I can't count them, but I did find my wife here, so I guess I would have to say that in case she's listening. Coffee or dinner with anyone here? Oh my gosh. Well, I would choose. There's so many people. That's really hard to answer. But I'll say Dr. Lorelei Bucci. She's a lot of fun to talk to.